Hey everybody, and welcome to a new video. And as you can see in the title, we are looking at some pawn shop pickups along with some other things. So I did a pawn shop video, I think it was a few months back, and I really found some cool stuff there, even though I obviously wasn't the first person to get to that stuff, but it was still nice to see a lot of the games I liked there. But this pawn shop, when I went in there, you could obviously tell that someone had traded in their collection, and I was probably the first one to see it, at least when it comes to 7th generation game. I found some really cool games. I found one game I was looking for a long time that raised in price. Kind of went down, but kind of went back up. Very weird. But I'm glad I decided to go in because it's getting snowy around here. The roads are getting pretty bad. And I'm not going to go back out to the store for a long time. So found some cool stuff here. Also going to show you some other stuff I got. And let's get right into it. Alright, so the first game I picked up was Tiny Toon Adventures, The Great Beanstalk. Now, being a fan of the cartoon back in the day, I had to pick this one up. I seen it like for sale years ago and I never really thought much of it, but now I'm feeling nostalgic and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and pick this one up. And thankfully, it actually has voice acting from the cast, so it really feels like a throwback in a way. Now, just to let you guys know, this is the type of game you find next to something like the Muppets, ABCs, or something like that, or something to do with Sesame Street. This is a point-and-click adventure game, and it was meant for kids, but I think it's more like, it's for everyone, of course, but at the same time, it has its flaws, and I'll let other people tell you about that in the comments.
Went to the cupboard to get her poor doggy a bone. But when she got there, her cupboard had bear, which kind of meant she had a humongous bear problem.
So here's the plan for the PS2. I used to have this game years ago, but unfortunately I didn't play it as I was playing like a lot of SNK games at the time. So I kind of played this a little bit and then skipped over it. But basically, you play as a team of thieves. They're hired to hijack some paintings. One of them gets betrayed, gets sent to jail for 5 years, and while he's in jail, he's plotting his revenge against other people. So once he gets out of jail, he hires a team, they come together, and basically you go on missions where trying to fix some wrongs and make them right. So it's a cool action game that I think a lot of people have probably never heard of. Unfortunately, no one ever really talks about this game. The only other game the company made that's, I guess, somewhat popular is, if you guys remember, that game called Seven Sins, but nobody really remembers that game. But the plan has good voice acting in it. I think it's a compelling game that, if you ever see the movies like the Thomas Crown Affair, or the Italian Job, you'll know what to expect from this game. I think it's solid, and hopefully more people will look into this game. It's on the cheap. This game only cost me $3, and it was a budget title when it came out back, I want to say, in the late 2000s. I think I got it was like a $20 game back then. But another cool feature in this game, folks, is that it's a 3-player game, so it's really on point. You'll have 3 screens going at once, and everybody has their little tasks they could do in certain screens. But it's a very unique game, and it's unfortunate that it got overlooked. But now it's the time to pick it up because obviously it's like $3. So definitely check this one out.
Albert, Alan, we have very special guests tonight. This place will crawl with Interpol agents soon. I think they're coming for you, Mr. Alan Siegel.
What can I say? I'm a popular guy.
I finally got Mortal Kombat 11 thanks to the CAG man. Shout out to CAG man, appreciate you man. He wanted to see me battle Joel and beat him up, and that's what happened. You know, I finally got to beat up Joel in Mortal Kombat, kind of school him in his own game, which was a great feeling. No, I'm just kidding, guys, man. Joel pretty much beat me up, man. He went easy on me, man. I'm glad he took it easy on me, man, because it kind of let me learn how to play the game a bit. So it's really fun fighting him. But Joel had my number in this game, and I did have fun, but at the same time, I was like, damn, dude, I thought I would have been better at this game. But it's still a fun learning experience, and if you haven't played Mortal Kombat 11, I think it's a solid game. Oh, well, it's more than solid. It's probably one of the best fighting games out there. So much money went into the production of this game. You know, it's just really like, how can something like this not win the best fighting game of the year, you know? So I wanted to ask you all, the audience, who are your favorite characters in the game? Mine have always been, since I was a kid, Johnny Cage and Raiden, so I always pick them. Johnny Cage I did pretty well with. Raiden, it took me a little while to get used to him, but I wanted to know what you guys thought of their characters in this game. Do you consider them high tier, mid tier, or low tier? Let me know, because Raiden is the one I want to use the most, because like I said, he's one of my favorite characters, so I want to make him my main, but I also want to know what I'm getting into with it, so you guys let me know. Yeah. Friendship, Joel. Let's see if Joker has a friendship. Nope. Not with Joel. No friendship. You did it!
Side.
What the fuck? Oh. Hell out of here.
I did a red jab.
That was real.
Fatality.
You got me with that one.
Joker wins.
Alright, so now we're going to take a look at Sakura Wars for the Sega Saturn. Now, this just isn't the regular game. This is a English translated version of the game. They actually fan translated this, I think, about a year ago. My buddy Kyle hooked me up with a copy because he had got one. So Kyle, man, if you're watching, thanks for the hookup, man. I appreciate you, brother. So just to let you guys know, in order to play this, you have to burn a copy and play it with a pseudo Saturn or a modded Saturn. That's the only way you can play this. Or if you have an emulator that plays Saturn games well, you could do that too. But anyways, going back to this game, I have the PS2 version, and that one was really fun. I don't know too much about the Saturn version, but I know it has to do with some conflict going on in Japan, like most of the games do. And each game has a different Sakura, I believe. I'm not really too sure about that, because obviously this is the second game I played in the series. But I hear a lot of good things about this game, so if you have a way to play it, I think it's definitely something you should check out. And also, guys, too, a lot of these I want to say these translators out there, they're actually working on a lot of games and translating them in English. So that's one thing me and Kyle are looking at too, man. A lot of English translated games are games being translated into English for us these days. So you guys got to keep a lookout. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Sakura Wars. So X talked me into getting Test Drive 5. He said it was the best game since Sliced Ham. And I was like, all right, whatever. No, I was kidding. He didn't say that. But anyways, he said it was a good racing game. We've been on a racing game kick pretty much, and we were like looking for good ones on the PS1. And he said out of all the Test Drive games, this is probably the best one out there. So I tried it out, and it was actually pretty fun. It even has cop races. Well, not cop races. The cops will chase you in this game. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you can't just get away with just flooring it and going fast. But when I played the quick play mode, it seemed pretty tough. But once I played the career mode, where you could tune your car, that's where things got a bit easier, because the game seemed a bit rough on the turns and handling. But you can adjust all that, so it's pretty cool. So if you see this one out there, it only costs you like $5. I think it's worth checking out for that price. If not, then you know, use that money to get a burger or something. I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but Little Nightmares came out back in 2017, and the sequel came out a couple days ago, so I picked that one up. If you didn't play Little Nightmares, it pretty much plays like an action puzzle horror-ish game, I would say. Well, horror because it is pretty terrifying. There's some crazy nightmare fuel in this game, and I'm not going to show you too much footage of it. I am going to show you one of the enemies, but man, some of these enemies are just really twisted looking. But basically, in this game, you try to help two kids survive. They're trying to go to this place. I forgot exactly what it was called, but they're trying to get there, then they're trying to escape. So pretty crazy stuff. But definitely, if you played the first game, you'll know what to expect here. You pretty much kind of guide the other character and everything like that. So pretty good stuff. The scenery is really nice, very creepy looking. The music is good. I love the effects of the game and how it looks. I love that the game doesn't take that long to beat as well. I like the game short and sweet sometimes. And this game hits that spot. So if you see Little Nightmares out there, part 2 that is, definitely check it out. And if you haven't played the first one, actually it's totally fine that you could play this one before the first one. I won't tell you why, but you know, you can figure it out. I picked up Eon Fury at Best Buy. I had never even heard of this game, and it's pretty much, if you play games like Wolfenstein back on the computer, IBM computer back in the day, this is kind of like a spiritual successor to that series, which is insane. I had never thought they would make games like that again. But pretty much it's a first-person shooter where you move extremely fast and you just kill anything you see in your way, pretty much. You get key cards, move on to next sections, lots of explosions, crazy enemies coming after you. It's just really old school fun. And it's nice to see them make games like this, like to this day.
This is a public service announcement. Return to your homes. Or face death. We're taking over this town.
Think again, asshole. One good spill deserves another. Your blood for my drink.
Alright, you're still here. We are finally getting to the pawnshop pickups. Wanted to get the other stuff out of the way, so sorry that I didn't bring them up in the beginning. But pretty much like I said earlier, that going into this pawn shop, you could tell somebody had traded their collection in, and I'm pretty sure I was the first one to see it. So let's take a look at our first game. Alright, so first game is Tales of Grace's F. I have the PAL version of this game, the special edition. So when I saw this, I said, dang, I didn't have the American version. Let me get that. And they sold it to me. They were trying to sell it for like $24. I got them to sell it to me for $10, so that was on point. So I love this game. It's definitely one of my favorite Tales games. I would say it's probably out of my top 5. This one is at number 3. Not going to tell you what my top 2 are because you guys should actually already know that. But if you see this game out there, definitely check it out. I know some people said they didn't like the arc, one of the arcs in it, the children's arc. I thought it was pretty cool. I like how they added the F arc at the end of the game. That was the epilogue pretty much that wasn't in the original version of the game, which came out on the Nintendo Wii in Japan. So the version we got on the PS3 is the updated version, and it's the best version of the game. So definitely, I would say check this one out, especially if you're a fan of the Tales of series. The next game they had was Tonelico. This is the 3rd game in the series, and I believe it's the final one. I played it like years ago, and I just never was interested in it like I was the first 2 games. So now I'm thinking about it again and saying this looks like a solid game. I need to go ahead and play this. So finding it on the cheap at the pawn shop really made my day. This one, I believe they were trying to charge $24. I think they sold it to me for $12, which I was totally fine with. I really felt bad because I never gave this game a proper go. Even when I was playing it at the time, I just felt like I wasn't interested in it. But now things are different. I want to get back into this game. I want to beat the final game in the series. And I played the first 2 games and I really enjoyed them, so there's no reason why I shouldn't like this one. I know it started off maybe a little bit slow, but I know I can really get into it, so here's hoping. But anyways, guys, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Tark's Gauntlet. He did an awesome review on these games. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. You guys gotta check it out. Awesome channel, one of my favorite channels out there. Long live the Gauntlet. Being that this is the third game, I would have loved to tell you guys more about the story, but unfortunately, I'm still in the beginning stages of it. So if you want to know more about this game, watch Tark's video. Alright guys, the game you've been waiting for. This is the game that made me want to jump up and clap my heels together, but finally found it in their store, and that is Knight's Contract for the PS3. I wanted this game for years, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, but when I saw it, it just wasn't at a good price. And you know, I passed it up over the years, and then for some reason on eBay, it was going for high amounts of money. It did go back down, but then it went back up, and it was kind of like going all over the place. So I just never had picked it up. But now, finding it right in front of me at this pawn shop, I said, yes, I have to get it now. They sold that one to me for 12 bucks, and they were willing to offer more deals, but you know, I just got those 3 games. I may go back and take a look when everything, like when all the snow melts and everything like that. But I thought it was a good purchase. I'm very happy. I felt really happy when I got that game. So that was one of the last PS3 games I wanted, and now it's in the collection. So PS3, I'm not saying I'm retired on it, but you know, that was one of the main ones I wanted to get over the last couple of years. So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but you guys like these pickups, so I know you guys are not sweating it. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.